Hi, this is Sarah. Thank you for joining me today. In today's video, we're going to explore Venus in retrograde. I will be discussing what Venus in retrograde means and why you should care, give you a general overview, and then break it down by each sign. This is obviously my take on the astrology and the energy, and because of that, it may not resonate with everyone. If it doesn't resonate with you, no worries, just pass it on by, and I do hope you find what you're looking for. So Venus will be in retrograde in Capricorn. It begins on December the 19th of 2021, ends January the 29th of 2022, but there is a shadow period, a pre and a post shadow. The shadow began on November the 17th and will continue until March the 1st of 2022. Our last Venus retrograde was in May through June of 2020, and it was in the chatty air sign of Gemini. Think way back to 2020 and think about what you were experiencing during that. This particular retrograde, though, in Capricorn is going to be a little bit different because Capricorn is a more grounded earth sign, so we will experience it more from that point of view. Of course, Venus rules love, aesthetics, beauty, so of course all of that will be in play. So what is a Venus retrograde? Planet is called retrograde when it appears to be moving backwards from our view here on Earth. It's not actually moving backwards, but it only appears that way. Venus is considered to be a personal planet, which includes the Sun, the Moon, Mercury, and Mars. Personal planets have energy that we feel more directly and we feel in a personal way, whereas the other planets are more indirect and we feel them more as a cycle rather than personally in our day-to-day lives. That's why this retrograde is so important, and hence this video. So we know what Venus rules. What about the Capricorn energy? Capricorn is ruled by the restrictive Lord of Karma, Saturn. So when Venus retrogrades in Capricorn, it's likely to highlight things that aren't working, especially our relationships and our finances. So if you're just making time, muddling through and hoping or waiting for a change in your relationship or even with your career, it's not likely that a magical change is going to happen anytime soon. In fact, during the retrograde, it's more likely that things will get worse or more unpleasant for you in those situations. And this happens not to punish you, because the universe doesn't punish us at all. The universe wants us to succeed and be happy and live our best lives. Instead, this is happening to nudge us forward, nudge us into making those tough but necessary changes that maybe you know you need to make already, but for whatever reason, you're not doing it. And no judgment, been there, done that myself. So as we work on these issues, we can then move past them, or at least maybe understand what the problem is and then make arrangements or work through the issue. This could be, of course, as I said, in your romantic life, but with Capricorn being all about business too, it could likely be your career that needs attention or your finances. If you've kind of been just ignoring things financially, you know that you were up for a raise or a promotion at work, but for whatever reason you didn't receive one, it's time to perhaps go and ask about that and find out what's actually happening. Retired people may experience this energy by feeling the need to go back to work, but more or less just for something to do or for the social end of it. This feeling probably won't last. It will pass. And you may also feel the strong urge now to get your finances in order, which is not a bad thing. So how do we handle this energy? I would advise you to make a plan for the entire length of the retrograde, including the post shadow. We want to take things easier when planets are in retrograde, and that includes Venus. The Venus energy is not about bulldozing our ideas through or pushing things forward at all cost. Hello, Aries. Or working nonstop. Hello, Virgo or Taurus. This energy is about slowing down and being present, being in balance, practicing self-care, learning that we function better when we do get enough sleep. And I know you may feel lazy, especially if you've been working from home and you've been working all those extra hours, and I'm telling you to slow down and set boundaries about how much time you're going to work. I know that can feel a little odd, but we need this time. It's all about balance. There are times when we do need that Aries energy of pushing forward, forward. And then there are times when we need to turn inward and slow down. We need to nurture ourselves. And that's what this energy is about. I would also suggest that if you can't take time off during the cycle, that you do at least put some downtime on the calendar, relax at home. And also, as we begin the cycle, we're going to get a big burst of kind of crazy, chaotic energy. And it may feel like, woohoo, this is the time to clean out those closets and repaint the bathroom and start a new job. And yeah, no. You want to pace yourself with this energy. It is a marathon, not a sprint. So that's why we do need that game plan. Some people will feel restless as the energy settles in and want to, as I say, tackle big projects. Others are likely to feel a need to revamp the relationships. Go slow with both of these ideas. Acting impulsively is not the way to go. If you're in a relationship that's been floundering along for years, or something that you know is toxic and for whatever reason you haven't called it quits yet, the energy may conspire to end the relationship. Be compassionate with yourself. It doesn't mean that you failed because the relationship didn't work out. Things just don't always work out. When you think about the odds of it, people are so incredibly different and want so many different things, want to have different experiences, have different needs, have different ideas, that it's amazing that any relationship works. Okay, so don't feel bad and don't keep trying to hold on to a relationship that is broken, because during this particular retrograde, I think you'll see that it is not something that can be repaired. And basically it's the same with job or a career. Now is the time to send out those resumes, and this is not like Mercury retrograde where I advise you not to take a job offer during it. No, it's fine. You can take a job offer. I would stress though not to quit your current job until you've gained employment elsewhere. Wait until you're hired before you do storm off or turn in your letter of resignation, because spoiler, and it's not really a secret, jobs are going to be more difficult to come by over the next few years as employment changes due to innovation and automation. You don't want to jump ship until you have something else. But definitely go ahead and send out those resumes, and I think you have a really good chance of a new job that is a better fit for you as well. We want to also manage this energy with creative outlets. This could be making art, music, learning a new skill, perhaps taking some cooking lessons online, learning a new language, or just really taking that downtime off to be with your family and practice self-care. You can't go wrong with that during this energy. That was a general overview. Let's look at specific lessons by sign. And once again, this is generalized, so it may not fit everybody. And be sure and listen to your sun, moon, and Venus sign. Aries. As I said earlier, Aries, this energy is about slowing down and not pushing things forward. You've been very focused on your career this year, and it's paid off. You've made lots of gains, but it's time to find balance in this alignment. Especially the lesson is we need to balance that forward energy with also times of rest. So self-care is needed for you to avoid burnout and overwhelm. Mark it on the calendar that you're going to take some time off. Taurus. Venus is your ruling planet and is moving people in and out of your life during this alignment. You're feeling more friendly, more outgoing, and more centered. And because of that, you're attracting lots of people into your circle. Your self-confidence is back and you're ready to connect. You've been working quite a bit and now you're ready for downtime. You're ready to entertain people at your home and also to go out more and be more social. You are connecting on a deeper level with people and your partner may not be happy. And this could trigger other problems in your relationship to resurface. It's time to reassess what's really going on. Be compassionate with your partner and make sure that they too know how important they are to you. And you too can expect exes from the past to suddenly show up again. Whether or not you engage with them, of course, is up to you. But it's going to be a very interesting cycle for you, Taurus. Gemini. People from the past come back and want to reconnect. Not a big surprise. You know so many people and you connect with so many people that this happens on a regular basis, it seems like. But this feels a little bit different. This feels more like people are wanting to not just come back into your life, but come back and be a pivotal part of your life or re-engage in romantic relationships that you thought were done and dusted and it was over. And now all of a sudden they're having second thoughts or they're trying trying to find reasons to talk to you or engage with you online. And you find yourself, Gemini, wanting a deeper level of connection with people. So you are considering it. You are thinking about maybe re-engaging with these people, both in a friendship matter and romantically. Maybe take a moment and think about what drove you apart to begin with. So while you are ready for more than idle chit chat and you do want a deeper connection, it doesn't necessarily mean people from the past are the right way to go about this. And it's also wise to consider too, not everyone can be as self-aware as you are during this Venus retrograde. Keep this in mind as you do chat with people from the past, and also explore your own motivation. Are you looking for closure? Are you looking for them to admit their wrongs? Are you wanting to re-engage because maybe you still feel a spark? Really think about it before you open that door. Cancer, this retrograde is all about love for you. You're likely going to spend time reviewing past relationships, thinking about the good times, the bad times, the arguments, the times that things just work. And if you're in a partnership, chances are good buried emotions from the past that you suppressed or ignored are likely to come back up now. We don't always have the time to heal or process things as they unfold. Life gets in the way. We have to get up and go to work, or we have to go to school. We have responsibilities. We have all these other things going on. So there are times when we repress our emotions, or we let things go on the surface anyway to just keep moving forward. That doesn't mean those things ever go away. They actually are still there, growing and festering. And that's kind of where you are. Stuff that you've ignored or repressed is now coming up to be addressed. Make time to be with your partner and talk about these things. If this is something that happened in a past relationship, you can still work through it on your own to understand the lesson behind it. This doesn't mean re-engaging with an ex, calling them up or writing them a letter or emailing them. You can just work it through on your own end. And I would also recommend that you take some time off during this cycle. If that is impossible, maybe you can do a half a day at home to just chill with nothing on the agenda, no long to-do list, just time to relax and practice self-care. Single Cancers, your exes are likely to pop back up too. But before you agree to meet them for coffee or something more, review your past relationship with them. If it was toxic, is it really a good idea to re-engage with them? Even though they say they've changed and maybe you're just looking for closure, it might not be the best idea to go ahead and engage with them. Leo, you too are reevaluating and thinking about your past romantic relationships. The more that you do reminisce on these relationships, the more you find patterns of behavior and cycles that you go through. So in other words, the same issues, the same problems keep popping back up. Does it seem like you're always the person who's actively giving and the other person is always actively taking and there's no balance in the relationship? Yep, there could be an issue with that. It's time to address and resolve those issues now. Why have you fallen into this pattern and what can you do about it? Also, you've been working quite a bit too. It's time to take some much needed downtime for yourself and take the time off you need to chill and rebalance your energy. You will feel much better. Put that on the calendar now. Virgo, you won't be feeling the holiday or winter vibes as you're reviewing past relationships as well. Closure doesn't seem possible as your ex is working to stay in your orbit. But that doesn't mean you have to engage every minute of the day. Set boundaries and stick to them, and make sure that you are comfortable with the situation. And you really don't have time to engage with your ex right now because there are new people on the horizon. So be compassionate with yourself. If you don't feel like going all out for the holidays, then don't. If you don't feel up to visiting family members or doing even traditional things, that's okay too. This is a time when you really put your own needs and your own self-care first. This is also a good time for you to review your spending, set a new budget for the new year if you haven't already, and take some time off just for you. Embrace this time and know that a powerful healing is happening in the background. Libra, Venus will be traveling backwards in the sector of your chart that rules the home, making this the perfect time for you to get cozy and stay in. Since your birthday, you've been extremely busy, and well, actually, for the last year, you've been extremely busy. And now you're really craving that at-home, slower pace. And this would be a great time to adopt that, at least for the next couple of weeks as we move through this cycle. Plan at-home self-care and pamper yourself. Also, does your home need an update? Use this time to focus on making your home the relaxing sanctuary that you dream of. Don't break the bank though. There are lots of things you can do that are inexpensive that will make a big impact on your home. And instead of trying to revamp your entire space, pick one corner of one room and start there. And it could be decluttering. It could be just dusting and rearranging some of your more treasured items in a way that's pleasing. Scorpio, if you're in a relationship, you may be going back over the same issues again and again and again, and it seems like nothing is being resolved. And you may be asking yourself why this is happening. Could it be the relationship has run its course and it's time now to think about going your separate ways? If you want to salvage the relationship, you're going to have to do more communicating. You're going to have to work through these issues, and your partner's going to have to be on board. For single Scorpios, the chances of you meeting a new and very interesting person are great. There's a very good chance there'll be an interesting new person, probably somebody very different than your normal type, perhaps somebody even from a foreign country. They're going to be very different, they're going to look at life differently, and they're going to be very engaging and optimistic. And it's something that you've been missing in your life because the people around you have been kind of negative for the last couple of years. This new burst of positive energy is going to be really intriguing. And that's okay. The relationship settles into a nice, slow, romantic adventure. And you know what? You deserve it. Enjoy it. Sagittarius. The retrograde highlights money and financial woes for you. The key is to not run away or ignore your financial obligations. It's time to get clear on your money situation. Avoid overspending and save for the future. Big changes that require big purchases are in the works in 2022. So you're going to need to save for them now rather than later. This is something that can be fixed, but you're going to have to address it. Ignoring it, turning your back on it, not opening those bills, they're not going to go away. It's time to acknowledge the situation and take control of your finances now. This has been a major stumbling block for you for a while now, and because of that, it is becoming a large energetic block. It's getting more and more difficult for you to manifest. It's getting more difficult for you to work out other areas of your life, predominantly the romance sector. Things will flow better, and you will find there's a lot of interesting new people. Plus, there's some people from the past that are ready to re-enter your life, but they can't until you finish the lessons with finances. So even though it's not going to be fun, it really needs to be handled during this cycle. And you can do it. You have the tools, and you can come out of this much better than when you started the cycle. Capricorn, you're going to feel the effects of this retrograde much more deeply than the other signs because, hey, it's all about you. It's all about the Capricorn energy. All in all, things have been going a lot better for Capricorn the last 6 months. Now, it hasn't been a picnic, but it's been better. The work that you've been doing is paying off. This is kind of like one last little push to get you to finally address some of the things that you didn't want to, which is perhaps some work issues and maybe some communication issues in your personal relationships. You don't usually like to be in the spotlight, Capricorn. You prefer working away and maybe giving other people direction. This is a time when you may step forward and discuss relationship issues with your partner, talk about issues at work with a superior, or get to the bottom of some family issues. This is also a great time to review your goals, your next steps to achieving your big dreams. This is a great time to make course corrections as well, because some of the ideals that you've been shooting for may have changed, to really decide what's important to you. It's going to be a time of extreme growth for you, Capricorn. Aquarius, Ah, what a long, strange trip it's been, Aquarius. And it's only going to get more interesting. Venus will be in the 12th house, which rules the subconscious mind, dreams, intuition, instinct, and secrets. All that is hidden, including secrets, things from the past, our psychic energy, all kind of fun, wondrous things, making it the perfect time to do work on yourself and also commit to shadow work. How do childhood issues affect your current partnerships, Aquarius? And what patterns from your childhood are you repeating now? It's time for deep inner healing work. And you can do it. You're at a better place now to tackle these big issues. Pisces, if you have planned a trip or a large family get-together, you might want to rethink it, as most of the other signs are going to be very introspective during this cycle. You, on the other hand, are going to be much more outgoing and extroverted, which is a big change for most Pisces. You're going to want to get together with friends, host parties, see people you haven't seen in a long time. You do have people from the past popping up again, as do most of the signs, but I think you're going to be excited to see them and excited to engage with them. And you will probably be actively looking for people from your own past to reconnect with. So this energy is going to be very different for you, but in no way is it going to be trying or difficult. You can definitely handle it. It's just going to affect you a little bit differently. Like I say, you're going to move out of your comfort zone and be a little bit more extroverted, but it's going to seem natural. It's not going to seem like anything that you're having to push yourself to do. Single Pisces do have a very good chance of love, and it could be somebody that's already in your circle or somebody you already know, a friend of a friend or even a friend, where you start noticing that your feelings are changing a little bit and that you want more than just companionship or friendship. This is a time when you're a lot more social than normal, so take advantage of this and enjoy it. I hope you found this little mini reading insightful, and if you did, be sure and let me know in the comments section below and give it a like, and why not consider subscribing if you haven't already. If you would like to know more, you can find me at Serenity. You can email me here if you would like a personal reading. Once again, let's thank the patrons for making this video possible, and if you like this type of content, why not consider joining them and becoming a patron. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll speak to you soon. Reiki blessings. Bye-bye.